everybody, welcome back. I guess this frame got started a bit quicker than it took me to have my comfort break, but glad to be back in the booth. It's David Burney live here in Seattle, Washington at Ox Billiards, where that's the home of the U.S. National Snooker Championship. Glad that you're all tuning in on the stream wherever you're finding us, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch TV. We've got a great match here with Amitabh Seth, and Ranen Singh. So definitely, if you want to it is John. For all the results, feel free to check out Cloud Snooker. That's got all the results from all the group stage, as we're still in the group stage, and there's live scoring there as well. Lots of great snooker action here on moving day. 22 players, unfortunately, are going to have to pack their bags, and 16 will be moving on to the knockout stage. But if we do have any players that unfortunately weren't able to punch their way into the knockout round, well, hey, we'd love to have you in the booth, whether you want to do some commentating, some refereeing, some scorekeeping. It's all very easy. We've got to create a good community around here. We have some great help here at Ox. Mike Dominguez running a great club here. Damien is in the room and he's really helping us a lot. Just keeping us well into the beverages, that's for sure. Talking a lot can definitely make you a little bit thirsty. So much appreciated, Damien. Yeah, do let us know where you're tuning in from on the stream. I know we've got our usual friends out there, Chuck and John, really tuning in. We thank you. But it looks like we had a friend from New Zealand tuning in our last match. That's always great to see. A global game this game of snooker is. And really, if you got a youngster that wants to get into some sports, not a bad sport to be in. Because cues relatively aren't too expensive, and usually most of the time when you buy a snooker cue, you have it for life. I guess sometimes it can be a little bit of table time that could be costly, but it's not too bad compared to maybe a golf course. So this is a great sport for the youngsters. Teaches them geometry, obviously addition, great sportsmanship as well, etiquette. You know, if you have a match, scheduled a match, you got to be there on time. So It's good to see Ashley, our wallaby friend, is tuned in all the way down under there, home of the great Neil Robertson. I don't know, Ashley, are you in Melbourne as well, where Neil hails from? Or are you a man in the middle in Alice Springs or that fun island called Tasmania? Wow, great long pot there. Let's see if he can... I might just tap up to this brown here. You made that look easy. Oh, good here. Sydney, great city, home of the famed Opera House. So there's a lot of red still on the table for Amitabh. Sorry, it's a little tongue twister. Just got to actually meet him a couple of days, Mr. Seth. So it's always the challenge sometimes I have. I think it's my challenge. A lot of the players have a challenge on the table, but meeting these players right at pretty much the beginning of the tournament, and some of them are just focused on their game. You don't want to come in and be like, hey, how's it going? Actually, how do you pronounce your name? But I think Jamie, our tournament director, had a great idea of when players are brought into the tournament. Didn't hit anything there, so it was dangerously close to the black. But when players sign up for the tournament, they maybe want to, when you signed up, get a little bio together. Or maybe just a little pronunciation phonetically. As a global sport here, we have many different names throughout the spectrum. We can't all be John Smiths. Yes, actually, I believe they're from October 1st to 4th, there will be a female Australian snooker event. So look forward for that. I think you can get a lot more details on WWS's website, womenssnooker.com. So Ranen's running up the table. Unfortunately, that red has just sat over the top right corner pocket. That was a great shot, but sometimes it's tough going that distance across the table to get shape on your next colored ball. So you might just come off the right side of the green, push over towards the yellow.
All right, we're back.
Well, you're back.
I'm
You've
back,
always been
sorry.
back. The royal
We've
we?
always been up. Oh, actually, we need to do a reboot of the stream pretty soon, don't we?
That's your bread and butter, Mr. Christian.
Yep. No worries. I think the streams cap out at 8 hours based on what we have set up. I think it's maybe a Facebook specification or something along those lines. I'm not sure, but might have to do a reboot of the stream partway through this match. So just be aware of that, folks. All you'll have to do is revisit our pages, and you should see another instance of the stream, or just refresh. If you're on Twitch, you can just refresh the page. But I think Facebook and YouTube will actually post new videos for these, so you just have to go back to our main page and find the live video stream once it goes back up. But we'll wait for the end of this frame at least to reboot it.
You know what I've heard?
What's up?
Someone was telling me that they're following us religiously,
Oh, yeah?
and they subscribe to the page on Facebook and YouTube.
Oh, yeah?
And so anytime we go down on the stream, and when it comes back, bing, bing, like this doorbell behind us all weekend long.
Hey, there you go.
They get notified. So subscribe, everybody.
Yeah, follow, like, subscribe, and you'll get notified of when we go live again. And then I guess you just press the link, right? And then or click on the notification, and then you'll get right back into the stream.
Yeah, something just says, "Hey, John Smith." They're going live again at Ox Billiards for the U.S. National Championships. So
Nice. Well, I'll have to keep that in mind then.
yeah, maybe some of our viewers. I know John has been an avid watcher all weekend. I'm not sure if you're subscribing, John, but or Ashley that's just tuned in from Australia. Feel free to test out that idea for us. Or if you do already subscribe, please let us know if you do get notifications when we go back live. Saves me a lot of wording when the wrap up happens, I have to tell them to hold on for a couple of minutes, but they take the words out of my mouth when they hit that subscribe button.
Exactly. There you go. Busted open these reds. My score is a little bit off.
Okay, John, you subscribe, Ashley does, and he gets notifications, so that's great to hear.
Bam, 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 bam. Follow and subscribe, I guess. That's the way.
Yeah, maybe this technology stuff is great. Maybe I should switch from shooting 35mm pictures. Nah, I don't think so. Not going to happen anytime soon. So just got to be ever delicate with this red into the middle.
This has been a death shot for a lot of people. A lot of people have been missing this into the middle pocket, but Amit sinks it. No problem.
Yeah, not sure if anyone was turning into the match with Dharma, but he made that middle pocket look like the size of a bucket.
God. And even some of the corners, right? He was sinking some long pots like nobody's business. Nice.
Yeah, good call, John. I've advanced from the VHS, but I still got a few 8mm and 16mm projectors.
From my perspective, I saw his hand kind of do a little bit of a roll, like he kind of like rolled his wrist as he came through with that. It kind of tells me that he knew he was kind of not quite lined up, and his body was adjusting for him at the last minute, telling him he was going to miss the shot, but didn't listen to it and decided to take the shot on anyway and missed it just by a bit.
Yeah, always tricky when you're up against the cushions like that. As our good friend Bex Kenna was showing us when she was down for the women's event, you just want the short feathering, just small little feathers, just a delicate shot when you're on the cushion. If you're feathering quite long, there's a chance for failure.
So not peacock feathers, but more like chicken feathers? Are you talking about like hummingbird feathers?
Hummingbird feathers would be very quick. That's almost like in the style of the great Canadian player Phil Snake.
Pretty small though, right?
But pretty small, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty small, but not as hyperactive.
What about penguin feathers? Wait a second.
Well, if they flutter.
Not sure if they actually have feathers, I guess.
True.
Okay. I see
So yeah, the small feathers. I like the analogy with the birds. Oh.
Analogy? What? Oh, okay.
Or
Sorry.
parallel.
Yeah.
Metaphor, I guess you're saying.
Metaphor, or just straight literal interpretation of your words, I guess. I think it's my way of trying to be funny, but not necessarily achieving it. We'll see. Chat can be determiner of that. Meanwhile, Got a frame. Ranen making a little comeback.
As always, are tricky, those blind shots to the corner, but it's also tricky when you're amongst the balls. If you've got a good break going, those blind cuts, they're going to throw your cue ball up the table like that last shot did. So, not a bad idea for Ranen. Just a little shot to nothing.
Yeah, good coverage with his green. Nice shot there. Oh, where is this cue ball gone? Wow, I thought Shirley was going to hit that green on the way up.
Actually, not really a shot on there. Everything's a long pot. He might just... Where he puts it, he could come onto the left side of the brown, going in between the brown and the pink to be on that red, the left red in the middle of the table, kind of have a shot to nothing. He might have it as well with that same left red just coming beside the brown here.
Ooh, nice pot. Guess he was thinking about it, but
it's actually really nice. He's come up to the table. If he had missed it, no harm, no foul, because there's creating a lot of distance. But I think he's got a great angle on this pink.
Pink or blue, I guess. Actually, I don't know if the blue is there. It's tough to see.
Looks like he can get by.
He's taking the blue on. Looks like it goes.
Actually, I like that blue looking now. Hindsight 2020.
Yeah.
Rolled down nicely for this red. As if he did take on the pink, I don't think that red would have been on that he had. He'd have to come further down the table, maybe towards these reds that are around the black.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier of a shot. It just, those middle pockets can be deceiving, whether or not it goes.
Sure, we just get a little nervous here in the commentary booth just because we've seen just so many shots to those middle pockets that just have not found the bottom.
Ooh, the rest play. Tough miss there. That would have put him up to 39 versus 15 with on this red. He could have closed out the frame on that break if he had made a few more pots, I think. Nice shot there. Yep, Arun in the chat. You cannot miss that. Unforgivable, some might say. But, hey, it happens.
Yeah, nice red, good roll to be on this black. Gotta give it care because it's going into those side pockets.
Nice.
Didn't need to do much because he does. It's a thin cut on this red, but from that angle, definitely makeable. Rest adds a little bit of an element, but all these players know with these 6x12 tables, the rest is your best friend, not your worst enemy. As I think a lot of pool players would think, oh, the rest, what are you using that for? Maybe that's the ego of a pool player. I don't know.
I don't know.
I know you're a pool
I think it's
player,
a
Christian.
little bit of ego for a lot of people. I mean, I personally am fine with the rest. I prefer in some cases. But yeah, I think a little bit has to do with ego. Some folk, I think some colloquial names for it are the cheat stick or the I don't know, short person stick, some people call it. I'm not sure, but I think it's also just an emphasis on the fact that you don't necessarily on a bar table ever have to learn how to use a rest. kind of get away with not using the rest for most shots, so people don't really prioritize it. But in snooker, I don't know. I feel like what would you say? Maybe like 20% of shots, 10% of shots are with the rest.
Well, yeah, definitely. There's a fair
5%.
amount more on a snooker table, and obviously it depends on the stature of the player. So we had Charles Crouch, who was just a giant of a man, and
lengthy, yeah.
Dave Daly, if you're listening, Dave, not slouch. He's no slouch at the table, but not one of our taller players. But he was mentioning when he was in the booth, he learned to play with both hands, so that's very important. So that helped him not use the rest as much. And apologize again. Sorry, go ahead.
You said a little over 5'5". Is that right?
I think something like that. I hope I'm not boring a lot of the viewers with some Canadian stories. I know we're in the U.S. Nationals here, but just coming from Canada here, a lot of the different tales. And there was a player up in Canada, the gentleman by the name of Gary Spence. He was playing when he was young, and lo and behold, not little, but big Bill Werbeneck noticed Gary was playing and came up to him after the match or the frame and said, "Gary, you are terrible with the rest. Come with me."
Oh.
So Bill and Gary went to the practice table, and they played a frame just using the rest for every shot.
Nice.
No matter how close. And now I think Gary's pretty good with that rest.
Yeah, that's what I would say. If you want to learn how to shoot with your opposite hand, I think somebody was telling about it. Tom Aiken, who's a member here, he's saying every time you play pool, when you show up, just start with 10 minutes of playing with your offhand. And as long as you put in 10 minutes or so of offhand play, then you're going to slowly develop and actually kind of surprise yourself and see the results later on when you're like, maybe I should shoot this with my offhand. It just feels right, and then take the shot on, and it just seems to go. Yeah, it's a weird thing when you sort of hyper focus on immersing yourself in the thing that you lack the most of. It sort of forces you to learn it as quickly as possible.
It's also a good practice routine as well. Set up a frame, a snooker, get ready to play, and play against yourself, but play right hand against left hand.
There you go. Okay.
Now I'm very right-handed dominant, so I'll look quite sloppy with the left hand.
Yeah. Do you beat your right-handed self a lot, is what you're saying? Or you beat your left-handed self a lot, I guess?
Oh, I beat my left hand like it shouldn't even come to the table. But I should put more of the time in, as you say, because then you'll start to surprise yourself. As much as at the beginning you just feel like you're completely out of it. You're like, what am I doing? And if you're in a more of a public place, with some people that just don't know what you're doing,
yeah,
they'll be like, "Oh, what's going on here? You look like you've never hit a ball," because it can look quite awkward when you're using your wrong hand if you're so used to playing with your proper hand.
So our second TV table over here looks like Francis So just put down a pretty solid break. I guess we're switching now, but Francis So, somebody was asking about her earlier. She's playing on this table against Arif Mahmoud. I think she just had a 16 break, it looks like. So 23-1 is that frame. Francis is up in the first frame. We'll keep an eye and check that one out later. Oh, wow. Foul and a miss into the middle pocket. So I think simply based on how far away he was, he's going to put him back, I guess. I feel like you might want to take this out of the D just because of how close that red is to the corner pocket.
Sure, it's going to be a thin cut, but you might be able to come off that cushion, have the pink into the side. So
I think he also may have noticed just how far away his opponent was off on the line, that maybe he wants him to try again because he's not confident that he'll make this on a second chance. back and forth. Safety after safety after safety. Amit seems to have a little bit more experience based on his shot selection, but what do I know? I was taking some weird shots earlier.
Amit actually traveled all the way over to the UK, to England, and took the WPBSA coaching class over there. So,
oh, really?
Wanting to spread his knowledge of this great game of snooker under the guidance of some top-notch people over there.
Oh, this is a nice shot here. I think you got the full snooker on both balls. Wow.
And the nice thing about coaching, taking that class, it can really analyze your own game. So I think it's a win-win situation, and you can see with Amit's ability here, it is paying off.
Good contact. I think he's left the shot, though.
Yeah, that's so often the case. It's nice to get out of the snooker and just getting the ball cleaned here. Surprised we don't have any markers around. But so often than not, you can get out of that snooker and hit your object ball, but I think 9 times out of 10, you're leaving your opponent on, so it's always tricky when you're tied up behind a ball blocking that path to the object ball.
That's a new one. I haven't seen anybody ever do that where they were using their hand as a marker. Kind of like the webbing of your index finger and thumb. Oh, nice. He busted those balls right open. Perfect cannon there. Just screw back for this last red, and you might be able to put this frame away soon.
He's going to reach for his case to get the mini butt extension, because this looks pretty straight on, and he wants to zip it back to have a shot onto the red into the yellow pocket. So after this frame concludes, the match will still be on, but we're just going to shut down the stream to reboot it so we don't kick out right in the middle of a important moment. So that's a hint to all of you out there in Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Hit that subscribe button, because as soon as we go back live, ding ding, like the doorbell behind us all day, will go off on your computer, tablet, phone, wherever you're finding us, to let you know that we've gone back live again.
Yep, down the rail. Kind of a tough shot. Didn't quite leave it, though. A little fortunate. It's got a super thin cut to make. Don't think he's going to go for it.
Yeah, if it held up a little softer, Amit would have been in a bit of trouble there. So we'll test your snooker knowledge, Christian. Amit, where's those interesting inverted glasses?
Yeah.
Who was the player
The player.
that brought that into the world of snooker?
I don't know if that's the one who brought it in, but I know of a player back in the day, who was very popular, who was wearing them. I think I'm not gonna pull the audience on this one. I think I can do it without phoning a friend. I'm gonna guess Dennis Taylor.
Yes, you are correct.
See the one? Nice. I got it right.
See, you're turning into a snooker player.
Slowly but surely.
You don't need those 13, 18, 2 balls. I actually do understand that You actually made a game of it against the defending champion, Ali.
Just a little bit. It was a tight one. I've lost both frames, but we were tied going into the brown ball in the colors, so
That's
pretty
not too bad.
respectable, I guess, showing at least. Put some pressure on him and made him pull out his towel and wipe his hands off a few times. I think he was getting a little nervous, but yeah, great class from Ali Ahmed El Said. Great player. I mean, granted, I was probably shooting the best snooker I ever shot in that match, I would say, making some insane shots, I would say, but nonetheless, came a little short.
Oh, dreaded double kiss strikes again.
Wow, looks like this table got a snooker situation. I think Arif has put himself in the snooker situation because potted a red. He's on a color next, but he glued himself to the bottom of the pack. So I think he was able to escape by hitting the black there. But now it looks like Francis is up to the table. Those of you who don't know Francis, she's a local member here at Ox. Quite involved in a lot of leagues that we're running, the snooker league that we're having. She played in the World Women's Snooker event last week. Oof, Francis, tough miss there. Didn't leave much though, so not too bad. We'll go back in and check in on this match. Like we said, we're going to be refreshing the stream pretty soon after this frame. As these colors go down. All you got to do is refresh your browser if you're on Twitch, or just look out for the subscription notification when we go live. It should be pretty instantaneously. But yeah, Woogie Man in the chat shouting out Francis. I think she is definitely off to a better start in this frame. She's up 35-3 in the first frame against Arif. So definitely off to a good start.
Yes, Mr. Singh here is in a snooker here, but
Oh, nice hit.
yes, a nice little tap on the table from his opponent just to acknowledge a good shot there. Needs to run a bit. Oh, he's left the pot on into these very tricky middle pockets. Good chance here for Singh to nip the frame. It would be a crushing blow to Amit if he was to take it.
Just hit it a little bit thick. This is potable. Still not easy. I guess retracted myself from ever calling any shots easy on a snooker table. Now I call them less difficult shots. Less difficult. Wow. Meanwhile, look at
lots of balls running on that shot. He might have
on this table. Francis has left quite the snooker on Arif. She's up 35-3 in this frame, and pretty strong snooker there. Not to say that he won't be able to escape, but most likely he's going to leave something on. Tough situation to be in this one, I think. Let's see what Arif Mahmoud has. His toolbox. I think Francis 33 up. A lot of reds remaining. Looks like a 2-cushion escape. And does he get it? Oh, he misses. So he's kind of left this red into the left middle. I think Francis is going to take it on. Most likely she doesn't leave anything. And this black is over the top, or the bulk yellow pocket, or green pocket, I mean. Yeah, I like her chances on this one. Oof. Tough miss there. Oh, let's go back. These two are playing chicken with this yellow ball now.
Yeah, they were both leaving each other distance between yellow ball and cue ball. It's a bit tricky, maybe the two cushion or cross bank right here. It's a tricky cut to definitely go into the top right corner. If you cut it in the cross double, could take his cue ball back into bulk. The yellow goes in, success. If not, his cue ball is deep in bulk. But it looks like he's going to take this on. Getting at the big redwoods here. So notice all these players, a lot of them mostly have all the gadgets in their case, whether it's a mini butt or a telescopic extension. It's always better to use your own tip.
Yeah, I actually find that funny. Sometimes you pull out the redwoods, because they're so far away from you, you oftentimes forget to chalk the tip. So sometimes I'll go to my opponent and just chalk the tip for them, just because who knows how long it's been for that.
Yeah, that was a tough cut. But he's got a decent cue ball, and actually the black might have come to help him out, and there might be a snooker here.
Yeah, only players.
Good contact, but he's left a cut onto the side. With tricky sides here. Maybe he takes the double. Could go through the pink and blue. I'm just gonna play safe. Run down the table, give a lot of distance for Singh to cover.
Frame's taking a little longer than I expected to. I think we have a countdown timer. We've got about 7 minutes until the stream will auto boot us off of Facebook. So maybe we just try, leave it up and running, see what happens. I think Facebook might be the only one that has this restriction. So worst case, you just see a notification on Facebook pop up, and maybe the stream will keep going live on YouTube and Twitch. Oh, as I say that, pot's that long yellow, and does it get on this green? I think so.
Yes, good opportunity. Mr. Seth.
Trying to clear up. He's 26 up. 25 on the table. We can make this green.
And Brown should really...
Gets a frame ball
his
there.
opponent won't come back to the table.
$21. Okay, maybe he doesn't need snookers yet, but after this ball, he'll need snookers. Oh no, frame ball. Rattles it. You have to think he probably knew that was his frame ball.
Mm-hmm. That's just a little bit of pressure.
Yeah. Ooh, does he shoot this gap? Oh, it rubbed off that black. I think there's a window now. He almost...
Yeah.
I feel like he would have gotten it behind the blue, maybe. still
bit of a gap between those pink and blue.
Yeah, Rune, I think I have the same question. What is it? What did Dave Daly say? Soft, short, smooth, or something? I don't know.
3 S's, yes.
Something like that. Yeah, it tends to be funny sometimes when you're on your frame ball and you see them rifle it in at higher speed than they shoot their normal shots. That seems a little funny at times.
Yeah, Dave Daly's turning in. Hey, Dave, let us know that magical advice of the 3 S's. I think simple.
Simple. Soft. Short. Short for sure.
Yeah, simple was
short.
there. Short.
What was the last one?
I think it was soft.
Was it soft?
Yeah, because it wasn't smooth.
It wasn't smooth, okay. That's right. Dave Daly's not that smooth. That's a good point.
Well, I don't know. He's a pretty smooth operator.
Smooth operator. Oh, wow. Does that end a frame? Or it's going to be snookers required now, right?
Yes, as a result of the shot. And we'll put up.
No foul and a miss rule in this case, right?
25, and there's 22 on the table. Really trying to punch the card there. It might have got second place.
Yeah, did he hide him? He did.
Become cushion first.
Oh. Pink to the rescue, not quite. It is down like it's pretty straightforward, so. And there goes the brown. Again, hit it a little bit hard, but you know, maybe he's trying to just stun out for the blue. Right, I'm more than certain we'll seal the frame.
Yeah, he needs 3 snookers, so.
Oh, how's the speed here? I think it's gonna roll up a little bit. If anything, I might just leave an easier escape. Looks close.
He could come off the cushion. Come first and come into that blue.
Yeah, based on this angle, you could go, yeah, 1 cushion escape. Maybe just stick him behind that. Oh, we went around it. Oh no.
Well, do we have another twist in this frame? I guess Singh knew something we didn't know. Elected to play on there. I thought he might have conceded, but this has kind of popped out. Maybe saving grace that it's close to the cushion, but
No foul and a miss, right? Snookers are still required. He needs
correct.
2 more? 1 more? 24 difference, 18 on table. So 2 more snookers. Still in pretty good shape. I think he just needs to make sure he closes this out. I think for that blue, for example, wouldn't you want to just push that blue just right up against the pocket, maybe? Feels like he wants to close this out with authority, but I don't know that he necessarily needs to. It's been hitting him pretty hard, and then stuff like this might happen, you know? I think that's another full ball snooker. Does he extract the foul? That's the question. Yep, a little wide.
So he does need one more. So now there's 19 points in it and 18 on the table.
Now, do you think he's going to try to pot this, or is he playing another? Yep, he's trying to play another snooker. Just goes to show you, I think in the previous one, if you had just rolled that blue up against the pocket.
So the triple.
Oh, he didn't miss the blue the first time. Interesting. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I think you're right. My score is off here. The players have 29.53 as well. So I think... Yeah, I think Snooker won by 155. You're right. Let me just fix that. Yeah, it must have been a small feather contact that he hit. I just didn't notice it on our perspective, but no biggie. So it looks like it's then, yeah, 2 snookers then required in this case, right? Still. And like that shot, don't you just roll the blue up to the pocket? Or am I getting this wrong?
Yeah. You know, sometimes some play the more aggressive way. Some people don't like to go into that book of just rolling it over the pocket, but you know, looking where these pink and black have kind of... Oh, that should do it though.
Now let's see. I expect 8 out of 10 velocity on this one, or what do you think?
Just tap it in. There's no need for pace.
He's gonna screw it back one cushion. Yep, there we go.
You know, he didn't really need to do that. That really was a risky shot there. You know, he made good on it, but why put that much risk? He must be maybe looking at a different score sheet than we are.
No, I think these are the
balls. Ranen has conceded the frame, so Omid takes the first frame of this best of 3. We're going to just step aside to reboot the stream.
Actually, no, we're good. We don't have to reboot the stream. Looks like Facebook is the only one that had the issue, so Facebook stream has been rebooted.
Okay.
But yeah, we're going to continue live, so no need to refresh your browsers or anything. We're just going to keep on rolling ahead.
Okay, but definitely subscribe. That's a good way to get the notification when we start tomorrow morning and on Championship Monday. But we'll just step aside for a quick little break. So if you need a cool drink or a snack of pretzels, now is your time to do that, as frame 2 will be coming up shortly. And we're back here with frame 3, or frame 2, my apologies. It's looking, it's a best of 3. So... yeah, Amitabh Seth took really that last frame, taking that blue, wanted to draw it back. I'm not sure why. Blue was easily his frame ball, like he was ahead. Snookers were required. Blue really kind of just would have sealed the deal, wouldn't have brought Singh back to the table. But Seth gave it pace, kind of gave us a little bit of a heart attack here in the booth. Where's that yellow going? Close. Woogie Man, it looks like Francis is up 45-36 to Arif Mahmoud. You can check out cloudsnooker.com for all the live scoring, as these scoreboards they have at the table link right to the website. So as soon as a player makes any kind of score, they punch it in and it pops up there on the website. It's true, TL. These Americans do need a lot of work to compete on the world stage, but it might not be this generation. It might be a future generation that will see a snooker player come from the red, white, and blue. Because when you see the pro scenes, they're just a high step above. But there are some great players in here. Ali Alisei. He was the first American player to play at the Framed Crucible Theater this past spring at the World Seniors World Championship. So I think that at least will open the doors when people start to get aware. Then that really opens the door, and when you get a player on the pro circuit, that can help tremendously. I was back in my native country of Canada, way back in the late or mid to late 70s. Cliff Thorburn headed over on a whim to the UK to play on the pro tour and did quite well, and then all of a sudden Kirk Stevens, Bill Werbenick, Jim White, Brady Colden, Alain Robidoux, Bob Chaperone, the floodgates started pouring through. So it takes one to kick open the door, and then the whole party joins in. So we'll see if we can get that happening in America. I think we're just doing the right thing here, as people are now able to see this great game of snooker. As if any of the American viewers here there, I don't know if they were well versed in the game of snooker before Mike did all his great work here at Ox and the short-lived Bays. Bays was a beautiful club down in the Pioneer Square area, but unfortunately that nasty little piece of business called the pandemic forced them to close up shop. But Mike, with a never say die attitude and a real great passion for the sport of snooker. That's a wonderful long pot. Wow. You might have a good angle on this yellow to come back down table. You might have, overheard some applause on the stream there, Francis. The Ox player getting a lot of support here in the room. Took her first frame. She actually was on the TV table last night, so if you're looking at a little bit of the archives, hopefully actually at the end of this tournament, Christian, our technical director, has let me know that the plan of attack is going to be going back to these matches and just cutting them up, as individual matches, and then posting them up online so people can tune in if you wanted to revisit the finals, shall we say, or a great round robin match that went down to the final black. All of it will be there on Ox's page on YouTube. He could have done with a bit more poise, but I think he's a bit fortunate, but I think that red is pretty straight in line. It's a thin cut to the middle pocket. The only problem is this pesky yellow and brown are just making it for just awkward bridging. Yeah, not electing for it, just getting a good cue ball there against the side cushion. That's not the greatest shot he's ever played. Like, he was trying to do safe there. Not sure what. Thought maybe that red closer to him, just the one below the punch, might have gone into the middle pocket, but these players know their percentages better than I do. So you got to play the shot that you're comfortable with. what might look good to us on the TV table as we're viewing from the monitors might look good to the player when they're down on the shot. Left this open, a long pot here for Seth. Oh, just a little overcut. Kind of fluke to say shot with the raise of the hand. Omitis apologizes. It's a nice shot there. Gonna get a great cue ball, real tight to the ball cushion. Well played, Ranen. I just mishit that a little bit. It's left a red on. These are tricky though. Especially when there's no color pulpit. It looks like he has a bit of an angle. He could come off the cushion. Oh, yeah, he's coming off the cushion for that black. But you gotta make sure the pot is in first. Well, we'll ask our technical director when he gets back to the booth, Woogie Man, if they can upload the full match between Rebecca and Jamie Hunter from last weekend. Varun won his first match, or his first frame in a best of three over Nitin Mathai. But you can definitely check out cloudsnooker.com for all the results. There's a live scoring tab that's directly connected to the scoreboards in the room, and there's brackets up there to see where your favorite players are in the group stage. You can see who's moved on, as some players have punched their card into the knockout phase. I'm just not sure how these two gentlemen are standing in their group.
What are you looking for?
Oh, we're looking just for everybody, kind of these two
This
teams.
last group right here.
Looks
Varun.
like Amit actually has a match one, so
No, Nitin and Arif won the first match.
okay, I'm just looking at Group G here for the guys on the TV table
Group
right
G.
here.
Yeah.
And
Amit. Yeah, okay.
Ranen definitely needs to put this one to the good, but he's down a frame, so this, I believe, is the last match for both these gentlemen. So Omit Seth can take this one. He's looking good to punch his card into the knockout phase. But we did have a question from Woogieman 007, Christian, if it's possible to upload the Rebecca Kenna and Jamie Hunter match from last weekend, the final.
Oh, the final. Okay. Yeah, I'll look into that. Is there something wrong with the streamer? Something missing? If possible, I can only play one frame. Huh. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at that. Worst case, we'll just have to re-upload a video. But I think that should be fine. Might take a few days. We got a lot going on, but try to check it out during the week.
Yeah, it's been definitely quite busy here at Ox in the Pacific Northwest of the United States of America. We had the first ever ranking snooker event over here last weekend when the World Women's Snooker US Open Championship took place. And then we quickly turned around, and now we're here knee deep in the US Nationals. .38 strong in this tournament. That's a good sign to see that a lot of people in America are enjoying the snooker. Obviously, the caliber is not up there of a pro standard. There's some versed amateurs, definitely, that's for sure, that we've seen. Dharma and Ali, they definitely know their way around the table. CCU as well. The president of the USSA, Ajaya, he's no slouch, that's for sure. But it's a good eye opener, and everyone's here to help and instruct and stuff like that. And I hope some of our newer players don't take too offense by it. It's just here to help out each other's hands, and hopefully the seasoned player doesn't lose the cool when they see one of their opponent jumping around in the shot, or just swaying. Jumping may be a bit overzealous there, but if you have a player just swaying in the line of your shot, it can be a little bit distracting, and hopefully our seasoned players can just let the newer players know, hey, when your player's down on the shot and if you're in their sight line, it's time to act as a statue. Just pretend that you've locked eyes with Medusa and you've turned to stone. Also, another thing, actually, if you're in your club sometime, turning to stone quickly can be a bad thing sometimes. I think sometimes, more often than not, people are walking around and then they all of a sudden notice that someone's down on the table and they stop. More proper thing would be just keep on your business, because if you're just walking, you just walk by, you don't stop. It's that sudden movement that kind of just jars the player, because the player can kind of focus beyond the shot and just see someone walking by. They're not even really thinking about it. It's when that just change of movement happens.
Oh man, you followed it straight in. Yeah, it's kind of depends, I guess, how far away. If you're not an eye shot yet, then you're probably better off stopping. If you're already in line of sight, you might as well just keep on moving. Yeah,
it's not as bad. That usually happens more often than not right around the restrooms in places, but how Ox has set it up, there is an entrance that comes right down the stairs, and as soon as you enter the room, you're right by a snooker table. So I think the key is just, if you come down the stairs, just keep walking, and
or peek around the corner once you get to the bottom of the stairs. Check down the hallway, you don't see anybody, and just kind of make your way nice and easy. Slow but constant, or whatever it is, just be constant, I guess.
And I'm pretty sure if it was a big money game or a big championship, I'm pretty sure there would be a barricade by that entrance anyway.
Oh yeah.
As I think there is for this tournament. I think players are getting directed into door number 2 here at Ox.
Yep. Oh wow. Interesting way to get up table.
Yeah, I kind of flirted with disaster there, and that middle pocket hit the right side of the horn and propelled him into bulk.
Our second TV table match has Francis So versus Arif Mahmoud. Francis with an impressive clearance in the last frame. I think she went from green all the way down to black, cleared up and took the frame by force. Oh no, another foul. So she's up one frame to nil, but is down in the second frame 24-1. So Arif trying to make a comeback in that match. But 2 fouls in a row from Amit. The first one, he kind of followed it in. This one, a little bit more random, I would say. And he's putting them back in.
Yeah, can you do that in pool? I don't know the rules that well in pool, but obviously in snooker, if you committed a foul, you can take the shot, or you actually can put your opponent back in.
Well, if you scratch or if you go in off like that, normally in pool you get a ball in hand, which I don't think anybody will ever take a ball in hand or not take a ball in hand situation. So I believe you never get the situation where that happens. But I will say there are some games, such as 10 ball, where if you pot the unintended ball by accident, fluke a ball that you didn't call or elect, I guess in that case, you can choose to put your opponent back in if it's a less favorable position. I think that's the only case that I know of in pool where you can put your opponent back on a foul. Kind of an intricate and unique part of snooker, actually. Oh, yeah. Flirting with that side again.
Yeah, man, Ronnie kind of plays by his own rules, but you kind of have to. Like, within the legitimacy of the rules, you want to play your game. You don't want to play your opponent's game or the ref's game. This looks really nice. Great safety.
Tap on the table.
Just glancing off the right of that red that's near the pink.
William Crouch says, "Let's go, Varun." Yeah. He is playing currently. And table Alex, it looks like. It's early in that frame, 7-9. Varun's up by 2 points. Won the first frame, so.
Yeah, we got a few players in the Lone Star State all the way from Houston. Made the trek up. Great to see. I think a few years ago they had I think it was maybe the Houston Open. William, feel free to correct me. There was a snooker tournament down in Houston. I do know of a few Canadian players that went down. I can't remember exactly what the name of that tournament was. I think this was pre-pandemic, so it seems like our minds were working great, and then the pandemic kind of blurred them all. So
everybody thought that things that were a year ago became 5 years ago, and yeah.
Well, that's going to be on all of our epitaphs. We're going to have an asterisk, two years lost to pandemic.
Yeah, basically.
So
yeah.
We're not actually 86 when we die. We're 88 or 84.
I see. Another snooker. Oh, is this going to go in? Where's the red going? Oh, wow.
I think, I don't know if, when Dave was in the booth, I can't remember who made the astute comment, is when the ball's on for these pots, the pockets are really tight. But any flukes, the pockets just open up and become buckets.
Yeah, it seems to be that way, huh? Some shots are just meant to go in, apparently.
But I think with the amateur scene, you're going to see a few more, flukes than you would on the pro side, as some of them are not well versed in the game, and sometimes they're hitting and hoping. And thank you to our German friend Snooker 155. That was the Pan American Championships were played in Houston in 2019. Thanks for jogging the memory.
Oh, wow. 1:30 a.m. in the UK, huh?
Tell me about it. I thought I was just moments ago drinking my morning coffee, and look at it. It's 5:30 here on the West Coast.
Yeah, so, it's almost dinner time. I guess lunchtime for you in that case.
Mm-hmm. Well, you men, you're absolutely correct. Time can fly when you're having fun. We appreciate everybody tuning in, enjoying the great snooker action of this 2022 United States National Snooker Championship, live from Ox Billiards in Seattle, Washington. The Evergreen State, that's where we are. Lots of beautiful Douglas firs line this great state.
The Emerald State, I think. Is that right?
I think you live here, but I think the license plates say Evergreen State, and this is the Emerald City.
It was the Emerald City. That's right.
Well, Christian is true and true a UCLA Bruin, so he's a Cali boy.
The Sunshine State. Sorry, not that's just Florida. Sorry, the Golden State would be California.
What country are you from, Christian?
The Evergreen State. You're right. That is the nickname.
Well, where was your geography course? I know you played a mean saxophone.
The Golden State is California. I got it right. Don't worry. So it'd take a little while to get there. I haven't lived here in about 6 years, right? So.
Yeah, like great Golden State Warriors, good basketball team out of Oakland.
Golden Gate Bridge. A lot of golden stuff, I guess.
The side pocket wreaks havoc again. This game is, tough enough with 6 pockets. Now they've taken a pocket away, so with that pink. And all the red balls are kind of leaning to that left side of the table, except for one by the blue.
Ooh, where's his red going? He's going to fluke another one, huh? Puts his hand up there. Second fluke ball, each one leading to a pink and a black. So some high value flukes coming here. If you can pot this pink full table, this less difficult shot, you could say. Nice shot there.
Definitely opens up that pocket now, as there's been a few reds trying to make their home around there. So our good friend Ashley has been to your home state. He's been to La La Land.
La La Land, nice. I'm originally from San Diego, actually, so a little nearby. And problem solved. You're right, John. Now we got 6 pockets again.
Yes, we should just give a great shout out. We did, not in the snooker community, but in the broadcasting community. We lost one of the greats, the late great Vin Scully. Unfortunately passed away a few weeks ago. The voice of the Los Angeles Dodgers for 60 years.
Wow.
If you can believe, or 68 years. He started in 1950 and wrapped up his career in 2018. Always famous for chiming in, "It's time for Dodger baseball."
Yep, I remember that.
So, Vin, I hope you're looking down on us, and hopefully we're doing a good job for you in the booth. Don't know if you're ever a avid fan of snooker, but you did a great job all those years in the booth, and from one broadcaster to another, I salute you with all the best and with your commitment to the sport. Top-notch, gentlemen.
So our second table over here has got Francis, who's tied up the match 25-25 and has a good starting red there, but a lot of the big value colors are off their spots. So it looks like she's going to have to take a shot with the rest here.
Yeah, she could have just rolled it in for that red. Unfortunately, it didn't go. So leaving Arif with that red into that green pocket.
It's a close match over there. Looks like 26-25. Francis versus Arif. And meanwhile, we're back here. Amit. He's got a black ball.
Yeah, I haven't really seen a lot of runaways. There's been a few, obviously, but a lot of the matches here in the round robin have been quite tight. A lot of them going to a decider. A lot of them going deep, obviously, onto the colors.
You got to think anything can happen in just a best of 3. It's only 3 frames. I mean, someone can get pretty fortunate in their first frame and win it, and then put a lot of pressure on the better player, maybe, and
tie them up, and then all you know, the former champ could be out.
Exactly.
Not the case here, but
hey, almost. That was close. I think I would have had to take him out if anybody would in the group, though. But yeah, it's can be a little streaky, this format with the round robin. Obviously, you'd want to get as many people in as many matches in as possible, but snooker does take a while. Oh, did he miss it?
Ranen, yes.
Oh no.
These tight pockets strike again. Yeah, I think that's why we're not seeing, the big century breaks and stuff like that. I know there's a few players that definitely are capable of doing it. But if you ask any player, sometimes they're not really concerned about the century. They're more concerned about winning the frame when they're in a tournament.
Oh, definitely. It's totally understandable.
I think Stephen Hendry actually said it once, I think in his first retirement. He's back on the tour. He's got an exemption card. But when he was going to step away and retire, people were like, "Well, you got a 147, you got a maximum," and he's like, "Yeah, but I didn't win the frame or the match."
Yeah, that happened in the previous one. Neil Robertson's the most recent 147. Weren't you there? Did you get a glimpse of the Neil Robertson 147 in these
I did. I was able to watch it just down the road. Unfortunately, I wasn't in the Crucible Theater when it happened.
I think Mike and Dave were in the audience, I believe.
Yeah, they were.
Oh no. But yeah, that's another example of him getting a 147, but then still losing the match against Jack Lazowski, I believe it was.
That is correct. Yeah, Jack dug in. Great ranking player there, Jack Lazowski. Unfortunately, hasn't got a ranking title under his belt, but I'm going to make a prediction. I feel this is Jack's year. He's going to at least put one on there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And hopefully he can go a little bit further into the World Championship. But I think he earned a lot of stripes last year. Definitely battling that, as you say, match with Neil Robertson. And then even going down to a decider with the great John Higgins.
Oh yeah, that was epic too. I forgot about that. That was in the quarterfinals, right?
Yes, that's correct. Because John and Ronnie played in the semis, and Judd.
Judd and Mark
Williams.
Yeah, that was also an epic one. Judd with the back-to-back doubled res off the long rail. Those were insane to close out the match because Mark Williams was on a comeback in that one, and you felt it like he was going to do it.
But sometimes, that's just I gripe a little bit, but you never know with the game of snooker what's going to happen. Sure, Dave and Mike saw a 147, and that's great to see. But equally enough, I saw Judd Trump win 8 frames in a row over Stuart Bigham. So that's just some phenomenal snooker there. So, and you also see the tension sometimes. John Higgins slam down his cue in frustration. When do you ever see that with John Higgins?
Pretty wild stuff.
So I think Michael Douglas, the actor, said it best. He's more of a sports fan than a movie buff. He's like, I know how all these movies end, but sports, the script is always undecided and blank.
So looks like he actually was snookered on this cushion, and I think snookered on this leftmost red. So I believe he's full ball snookered everywhere. Otherwise, it could be a scenario where if he could see a red, he would possibly get a warning up in a second, but I believe he's knuckle snookered. Is that what you call it? What do you call it?
Angled.
That's right. Angled.
Yes.
Oh man, I forgot about that one. It's actually a popular way to snooker someone if you ever watch either banks, pool banking tournaments, or sometimes one pocket tournaments, where it's really difficult when there's only one ball left on the table. On a pool table, it's kind of hard to hide anywhere, because even if you leave it on the top cushion, any rails, you can kind of make the ball from anywhere. It's because it's a lot closer, and the pockets are cut at a much more favorable angle. And so some people, where if you make the ball in the wrong cushion, or if you don't bank it in, it'll spot on its spot. And so what you do is you give an object ball in the pocket, and you'll just try to pocket it and glue the cue ball to the cushion and angle someone, actually intentionally. Actually, that reminds me that there is an angled shot that who did it? Trying to think. Oh, Scotsman, our 5-time world champion. What's his name?
5-time world champion.
Maybe not 5-time. Is it more? 6, 7? Stephen Hendry.
7.
7.
Yes.
Sorry. Didn't he angle someone on the middle pocket one time as a safety. There's like a famous shot, I think, where he does it. I think I saw it from Break from Life, I believe. Was able to reproduce it.
He might have done that. I think I do remember actually in the chat room. I'll have to help me out. It could be Crafty Mark Williams or even Ronnie. There was a shot where they just glanced off the blue a little bit and rolled their cue ball just into the jaws of the middle pocket.
Yeah, and then snookered them,
right? It was quite a clever snooker, yeah.
Yeah, I think that is the shot that I'm talking about. Looks like the player's discussing a bit more how close the ball was to the cushion. I think Amit is claiming that the left edge of these balls was visible, according to him. Looking at the topmost red on our screen and the one just above the blue. I think both of those appear to be visible, is what he was claiming. That's what it seemed.
Are we all set now? I just finished actually War and Peace. Everything's coming back now, I guess. It took
let's check our
a little bit of time there.
Let's check our other match, see
Sure.
what's going on this side.
There's some discussion still going on there. I think actually a player in the room is pulling up the stream and just freezing it back on there. So
nice.
While they're getting that going, we'll just step aside to table number 2, where Arif Mahmood is at the table. Yep. And he is trailing Francis Cho by 1 point and trailing her in the match 1 frame to nothing.
Oh, he went for the middle. Such a tough shot this tournament.
It seems like everything has been settled back on table 1. They've got the correct positioning. It does come down to millimeters in this game. Sometimes, this is an amateur game, but they do want to try and get it right as much as possible.
Oh, looks like he missed that. He's going to run to the pink. Oof. Tough foul there.
Well, now, gents, let's not go into another mammoth discussion here. You placed it once. Second put back, third attempt, so it's not going to go back.
It's not going back after this one, yeah.
Should have got it right on the first put back, so both players will look at each other and acknowledge, thumbs up all around. Play on, gents.
So he's going to do maybe a little swerve this time. Yep, makes contact. Nicely done. And we're off once again.
Cross double at the right edge. Come with the
ooh, hit it too thick. Double kiss it.
Yeah.
Got away with it though. I think
first glance it looks like, yeah.
He only has a double on, right?
True, and that after the double, it's not going to leave too much on, so fancy him to take it.
Oh, he went for the safety. Okay.
Uh-oh. Ooh. But hit the horn there, so that's not...
They play tight.
He's given a... Amitabh Seth. Apologize.
Amitabh? Yeah, Amitabh.
Okay. Thank you.
I think he just said go by Amit.
True, yeah.
He said that was easiest.
Yeah, they can be real tongue twisters sometimes when
Oh yeah.
you're just thrown in the mix and not had a good time. Maybe we should, in future events, maybe have a little mixer the night before or something like that. Just a little social get together.
Yeah, get to know all the players. Yeah.
Yeah, a few stories there.
Sounds like fun. I mean, that kind of was the case before. We had a lot of people just in here practicing a ton. People checking out tables, and maybe just organize it a little bit better, where players get some practice time and they get their own time slot, maybe if they want, and then we'll have some drinks and food and introduce yourself to the commentator so we know how to pronounce your names correctly. Tell us something about yourself.
Sure, I do like Jamie's Miller's, the tournament director's idea of when you apply or send in all your entry form material, if you could just put a little bio together, let us know what your name is, and then maybe even spell out the name phonetically.
Yeah.
Just so it gives us a little breather, because we respect all these players and don't want to butcher their name, and I'm probably the worst person in the world that does that. So I'd like to get the names correct.
Now, wouldn't you probably be the best person at butchering names? Is that the case?
Possibly, yeah. I think I might have got tongue-tied. But it's interesting, the women's event, actually, I heard from my father, who was turning into the stream, that it was closed captioned. I don't know if that was just his... he ticked that function on the YouTube or Facebook stream, but it was closed captioned, and they actually spelled Bernie wrong. So
oh, no.
I know the feeling, but we shake it off. B-U-R-N-E-Y, ladies and gentlemen, not B-E-R-N-I-E.
N-I-E, oh my goodness. Oh, another long pot. Wow. Both players, back-to-back long reds, but not a lot of colors on, so
True.
not able to take advantage, I think. Safety time. We're getting down to the last couple reds. Force follow there.
Yeah, it's an important match for both.
Aha, you have a Bernie, B-I-R-N-E-Y.
That's another spelling there.
Just one letter off though, right? So it's not that bad.
Yep, Vanna, I'd like a different vowel, please. Or Pat, I should say. Vanna turns the letters. You buy the vowels off of Pat. Wheel of Fortune reference. Not sure if it's our friends around the world, but I think that's quite a global game, just like Snooker.
Yeah.
They have variations on the Wheel of Fortune.
I think Wheel of Fortune's pretty popular. Trend setting, you might say. Some safeties going back and forth.
I am quite actually surprised that our good friend Ashley from Australia is talking to me. So I don't know how your history is, Christian, of Australian history. But back in the 70s and 80s, a husband and wife duo did some dastardly things.
Oh, really?
Were convicted of some serial murders.
Is that
And
so?
the gentleman's name was David Burney. Burney spelled with an I, John.
With an
That's
I.
where you got the Burney.
Ah, I see. Ashley spelled A-S-H-L-E-Y.
The green
Hi.
might have come to his rescue.
Oh.
Just for the potting angle. But
Kind of a good position for a safety, though, right? We can.
yeah, a little stun draw, and that's getting near that green.
Try to bury him.
Interesting how he's using.
Oh, a little too far.
I wonder how many players are familiar with the crosses. I know, obviously, the crown rests are more popular in North America, but the crown has two different heights.
It does. Yep.
So
I always use the flat one, I feel like. I don't know. I feel like the taller one doesn't seem to be, unless you're putting like a follow on the ball. I don't know.
A little bit of that in center ball, probably. Whereas the bottom one will help you get a little draw.
Yeah, a little draw.
That red and white look like Paris figure skating there, floating along the table in tandem. But he's left it on as a long red to the yellow pocket. He's not taking it on though.
A little bit of a score update on our other matches. Looks like Praveen versus Sridhar. Praveen is up 1 frame to 0 and has a little bit of a lead, 30-23 in the second frame. Ranen and Amit on this one. As you can see the score. Nitin, Mehta, and Varun. Looks like Varun is up won the first frame and is up somewhat comfortably in the second, 28-41. And I think he's at the table. And our last table, Francis So, 29-25 up against Arif and took the first frame as well. So might see some quick matches ending here if these folks who are 1 away can win the second frame and close it out 2-0. William Crouch asking if we can see the 4 table view. Yeah, we have this. This is our biggest wide view of all the 4 tables, you can see. Kind of just shows you the whole room. You can see the closest bottom left table is the one that we're showing here with the stream and the scoreboard. I think you were asking about Varun earlier. Looks like he's at the table on the top middle table, shooting right now. Unfortunately, the pillar's in the way a little bit.
Yeah, they're just on the colors over there. So unfortunately, we only have 2 tables that have individual cameras. But William, if you'd like to make a financial contribution to the Christian Younger's technical director video Wonderland Super Fun
campaign, yeah, fun. Yeah, definitely. We can get, I mean, our goal is eventually to get 1 camera per table so we can just quad view it, picture in picture, split screen it. We can do all of those things. I think it'd be really fun. But yeah, right now we just got our second camera set up, so at least we can see this wide angle, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure where actually Varun is doing in the standings. You can check out that great information on cloudsnooker.com.
Might be able to actually get a little bit of an angle on his match.
He's in a group of 4, so the top 2 move along, so hopefully Varun can punch his card into the next round. So great snooker there by Singh. Looks like he's going to take 2 cushions.
Got a view here of Varun's table in the top part of the screen. Looks like he's on the brown up against the cushion. They're on the colors. And I think that frame is 44-43. Varun is down by 1 point. So anybody's frame, definitely on that one. I think he's at the table about to strike the cue ball. You just can't see him. Oh, misses. Fouls with the pink, giving his opponent 6 points. I think he's going to get put back. It's a little bit of an update on Varun's match for you, William. And meanwhile, we got a good snooker laid down here. Excellent hit, excellent contact in that shot.
Yeah, the second attempt, that first one is just usually kind of a feeler out. So you get If you can get it on the first one, obviously that's always what you're wanting to get, but you make those subtle adjustments, and usually these guys and gals can hit on their second attempt. And nice snooker there by Singh.
Ooh, missed it long. Tables are playing long.
And he's going to put him back in. It's a second attempt. Just waiting for the adjacent table to take their shots. It's good to see the good sportsmanship. Tables do have pretty good spacing around them all, but there's just those few times, and the correct form obviously is to get up and walk into the shot.
Yeah, played it long again. I think you might almost have to. You might have to actually go above the side pocket, I think, to hit this red. I'm not sure.
It's interesting, going back to the probably week-long, year-long eternity debate about the foul and a miss. That was a good snooker laid there by Singh, and he's getting the benefits of it. He's able to accumulate some penalty points, and it's able to get him back into the frame.
Yeah.
So remember, this game is called snooker, not pot balls.
Oh, he's got to go 2 cushions. He went even shorter and still missed it. But now, no third replace, no fourth attempt unless he forces him to play from here, right?
True, he could play from there, and then if he misses, that's where the whole foul and miss starts again. However, there is a red ball on, so he's not snookered. That might pop out for the yellow pocket.
So yeah, running back in this match, 46-44.
Not too bad. Got a good run with that red ball to find the top cushion, or ball cushion, shall I say.
Ooh, we went for that pot, but kind of knowing that his cue ball was going to come back up table and not leave much.
A little scrappy second frame here. It definitely wants to take it 2-0, but Ranen's struggling and trying to fight and take this and force us to a decider.
Ooh, does he get behind the pink? Does he leave a window?
Was there a little gap there between the yellow and pink?
Yep. Oh, almost got the double kiss. Where's this gonna end up? Oh man, he's gonna fluke it? Nope. Pretty close. It would have been his third fluke of the match at an impactful point.
Yeah, forget the Cloud Snooker. Enough of these high breaks. Let's see how many how many flukes they've had throughout the tournament.
Yeah, log the flukes. Better yet, log the flukers.
I set you up for that, didn't I? I set the table and you ate the dinner.
No, you teed the ball up and I swung it out of the park.
I think we both were talking the same
America's
metaphor
pastime.
there.
Yeah, same thing.
I see what you did. America's pastime. I thought America's pastime was eating. That's why I went with the dinner.
That's America's present. What do you mean? TV eaters, I guess you could say. That's a pastime. Well, it's all tied up in this one now. Actually, no. Sorry. Who made the red?
Amit made the red.
Okay,
Took the yellow, and now he's got his yellow again.
So he's up by 1. Okay. Interesting shot choice.
Yeah, a bit pacey there. He would have done well with just getting that yellow onto the cushion. Now it's possible for Singh to just come up a little bit left side of the yellow, maybe come up for the pink, like behind the pink. Oh, a few more rotations and that would have been a fantastic shot by Amit.
All right, Woogieman 007. Turning it in for the night. Get some good rest. We'll see you tomorrow. I think tomorrow we're definitely going to have the brackets starting, I believe, at least. Mostly bracket play. So top players out of each group will be back tomorrow. And I'm not sure what exactly happened on Monday, but it might be just the final. It might be semis and the final. I'm not exactly sure. But either way, we'll be streaming all of it. And we'll put some work in and try to edit the videos and upload them to YouTube as individual matches. So you can always go back and search for folks that you know of.
Yeah, Woogieman, remember to hit that subscribe button on YouTube or Facebook, just because then you'll get a notification when we go back live. Hopefully, I don't know if we're going to have to reboot the stream tonight. Hopefully everything will be okay, so you won't get a late night bing going off. But we definitely will be back tomorrow. And yes, as you say, Christian, the brackets will be set for the knockout phase, so we'll be into that. I kind of would believe that I think they would be probably pushing for semifinals and finals on the Monday. As with the 4 tables, there's going to be with 16. That's going to be 8 matches.
Yeah, I think it's, it might make sense just to put the finals in the last day, just so the players are most fresh. Because it might be a race. Is it a best of 7, best of 9?
Best of 9 for the finals and best of 7 for the semis.
So squeezing the semis and the finals all in one day. Oh, and quarters.
Quarters are 7 as well. And the round of 16 is best of 5.
Yeah, I think in that case it might be semis and final. Who knows? Anyway, we'll see you later. Oh, that came out of the pocket. Wow. How do you made that one?
2 greens just rattling into the pocket there. Well, I thought it could have had that one. Whereas Singh's kind of just was a bank fluke almost. Decent cue balls on the bulk, but I think he's going to be a little disappointed, a little short of pace. He had a great angle to get around behind that brown and really lay a crafty snooker.
Crafty snooker.
This is going to be an opportunity for Amit. It's a cut that's going to force him to go back up table, and that brown is up there, so see what he can do with this. Very nice green. tricky brown. I think with the blue just on the cushion, just make sure of that brown. Great shot there, and did it with pace. I think you maybe want the cross double here. Just push the distance between object ball and cue ball. That's a different way to do it. And that blue is going to go safe. So sometimes it's one player have one way, one would have a different way. But it's all what you're comfortable with. It's a big bounce here. I think he's going to get it. He has snookered him on the blue there with the 8 of the black. I think he's going to put some side here.
Yeah. I wonder, though, if he's going to come up short on this one, because I remember seeing a blue similar to this earlier where he went around the blue. Don't think it's quite the same scenario, but I wonder if that's in his head and if that's going to affect him on this shot. Because I imagine if he misses it, he's going to miss it short, right?
And
Yeah, I think he has to swerve it a little bit or manipulate it with a little spin. But he could be thinking in his head, nah, maybe I don't want to do that because last time I missed it wide. I don't think there's a chance you could possibly miss this one wide.
yeah, is it the end of the world? Maybe does he want to look down table, come off the top cushion and then the side cushion? There's a potential escape there. Good shot. Very nice result there. Blue ball happily safe. But Amit needs blue and pink. Ranen Singh needs all 3 color balls left to force a decider. So Amit a bit into the driver's seat, and especially with this blue.
He needs blue or pink? Oh.
Blue and pink.
And pink.
Just a little rub on that black. Just wanted to sneak around it there.
Hit the wrong side, or was he playing the safe?
Playing the safe. That's a long, long pot on the blue. It's got some decent distance. It's a tricky table, obviously. But pink is in a tough spot, and both players need it. So really, kind of this blue is inconsequential. So a lot of vowels and consonants there.
Inconsequential, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Sajak. It's a good chance to get behind the pink here.
Yeah. Swing it too hard that it leaks back out.
Yeah.
It's decent enough as long as it doesn't go over the middle pocket. We'll take it. We'll take it. Ooh,
Where's this going?
Ooh, that's close, but no.
Yeah, as much as the blue doesn't really mean anything.
Well, it's also
You like
just
to get
black,
it.
right? If a mid gets black, does that work?
Pardon? I didn't catch that little bit. What was that?
If a mid gets black, he also wins.
True, but in the present state, he just needs blue and pink.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh. That's a good opportunity, and kind of left that pink as a nice double. If Singh had made that blue. Seth can taste this victory like cherry pie, but he just doesn't have the fork to dig in just yet.
Yep.
Other chance for Singh to come behind that pink. Ooh. And he puts his hand down, both on the table with the cue and a little bit of a frustration. Maybe a saving grace that this is straight on.
And he flukes it. Wow. You feel like it had to come sooner or later. These guys were getting too close to the pockets.
Yeah, the tough with that last pot. If it was straight, it was a long pot, so he's really going to have to dig in and put some bottom on that just so he doesn't follow it in. So that's maybe why. And obviously cueing on the bottom side of the ball is so tricky. If you're just off a little bit, the result, as we saw, happen. But it was a nice result there for Amit as he got the fluke of the blue, and he's got a snooker here.
Snooker, yeah. Wow.
Intentional.
Quite position.
Doesn't put the hand up there, so.
Yeah, I think at least intentional to put it on the bulkhead, but the bulk cushion, but maybe not necessarily right behind the black. But he's kind of aiming for that position with that 2 cushion middle, I'd say.
I feel sometimes in the amateur game you see players, there's a general area, you want to maybe push the distance between your object ball and the cue ball, sure. And then boom, you get a beautiful snooker like this. Well, so
that's kind of like icing on the cake.
Exactly. That's a little bonus.
Yeah, cherry on top. I think in that case, no hand and apology is warranted. Oh, nice hit there. And that pace, but he's going to leave it potable. Ooh, got a little funny at the end. I thought it was going to be straight in for a second, but nope.
Yeah, it rolled a little bit, so. Yeah, this pot could be a little bit easier. And with the angle to that green pocket, the in-off is out of the question. Well, it's always in the question, but I don't think he should really.
Which pocket is the one, I guess?
True. These balls are running wild sometimes in these frames, so. That's okay. He lives to fight another day. However, there's kind of that shot to nothing here for Singh. Take this pink into the top right corner, swing around.
Now this, where's it going to end up? About the same type of shot. No, it was a lot closer, a lot more makeable. Another rest shot, though.
I think he's playing the snooker.
Interesting. Don't think I would ever take the snooker on there. I just go for the pot. But because you just make the pink, right? So go for the pot at pace. Separate the balls if you miss. I don't know if there's necessarily a point to going for the snooker.
Yeah, then you make your opponent scratch your head and get a little frustrated because forcing that 6-point foul, that's going to just increase your chances, and maybe your opponent might say, "Oh, I surrender."
How far is it going to bounce? I think this is a makeable one.
Yeah, he can.
Pretty favorable. This could be the end of the match.
A little bit easier being a right-hander. Put his hand on the table. Just has to roll it in.
Nice pot there. Closes out the match.
A little shrug of the shoulders, but here come the handshakes.
Yep, shaking the hand.
Good match. Good to see honor between two great combatants.
Yeah,
so
good match.
We're going to step aside for a little break, but we'll be back with some great snooker action here from the 2022 United States National Snooker Championship. Christian Youngers has been doing some great job helping me out with the commentary and the technical directing sides. David Burney here with you, been in the booth. It's been a pleasure. So hit that subscribe, because when we come back, it will bling, 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 and we'll be ready to go again.
Yes, indeed. And we'll put on Frances's match. She's down 20, so let the viewers watch that. But yeah,
sounds good. All right, enjoy our little bit of bonus coverage. Sorry, William. We're going to go to the hometown girl. Maybe next time when we're in Houston.